Emerald City Guitars. Boone's supposed to be around here somewhere.
Emerald City Guitars is a family-owned and operated business. My brother's working here. My old man started the shop. We have a very tight-knit crew who are extremely obsessed with vintage guitars and all that encompasses that. This is what we do every day. You're gonna see guitar history, you're gonna see guitar demos, authentication, some of these deeper guitar hunts. Ken and I are gonna head out to Arizona. I got a call from a gal named Christy James, whose husband played in a really cool band called Peanut Butter in the 60s. She has all the original gear that he bought brand new in 1965. Reached out to a bunch of the band members, so we're gonna go have some fun, and this is what it's about. Before I even developed a love for guitars, I was in love with the hunt of guitars. I remember my dad, looking through the classifieds every day and going with him to garage sales, taking U-Hauls all around the country with him, going through thrift stores and antique shops, just looking for old guitars and buried treasure. Digging for all this stuff, it was just such a thrill. The smell, the look, the dust, the dirt, it always compelled me. It's planes, trains, and automobiles. It's delayed flights, weather, broken down cars, and funky hotels. But man, you gotta go. You gotta give it a shot. It's been so fun. The RV shit the bed, dead in the water, lost power steering, lost AC, lost brakes. We're pulled over in some gas station. It takes a lot to go get these guitars. Hard to find, easy to sell in a lot of cases. And these old Strats and old Les Pauls just don't walk through the door. I mean, you have to dig deep for them. We ship guitars all over the world, but there's instruments you don't want to ship. For example, that 1958 Les Paul over there. It's cheaper to buy a plane ticket than to ship and insure. And that instrument, you don't want to be the one who shipped it and it breaks. So it's like, if I go down with this in the plane, that's how it's supposed to go. We are heading on a secret mission to grab 4 original Les Paul bursts and original 57 gold tops.
Dudes. Ooh, baby.
And eventually, Ken came on the road with me with a camera. We said, hey, this is a cool story. Let's chase it, let's film it, let's see how it goes. And the rest is history. I mean, when we have the opportunity, we try to bring a camera just to kind of give you guys a taste of how important these instruments are and how important the people are.
My name is Christy James.
Mark Roberts. Rob Newsom.
Luke Thomas. Chris Haynes.
Karen Haynes.
Jim Salter.
I go by Rocky.
Emerald City Guitars!
Scoring a big guitar is such a thrill. It's a thrill by itself. But there's a synapse that happens that's purely human connection that occurs in these special deals, especially when you unearth these one-owner pieces or uncirculated items. It's unscripted, their first time telling their story. There's this magical connection there that's just hard to define, but it tends to live on with these instruments. It becomes tangible in some way, and then you get to kind of pass that on to the next person, and something you can't really grab a hold of, all of a sudden you can hold in your hand and play some rock and roll on it.
This is yours now.
Lord. So good, bro.
The guitar is the object, but there's so much that surrounds it, such a people aspect to it. You learn about the person's history, you learn about where they grew up, where they live now, where they worked, their bands, their home life. It really turns in kind of this roadmap of some of these life, and so much developed out of these stories that just started with a piece of wood.
As I'm driving home with the guitar, I call my grandfather. I'm like, hey, did you guys ever hear of Park Lane's bowling alley? And he said, yeah, my parents and I used to be in a bowling league there when I was a kid. If you went back when they were teenagers and said like, hey, one day, 50 some years from now, your grandson's gonna own that guitar. But it was just a coincidence.
Open the garage, there's an old car, open the closet, old vintage clothing, tweed suitcases, old beer bottles, I just love it. Anything that has a story attached to it.
Coming home from one of his gigs, he rolled his pickup and hit a guardrail. It rolled over with this and a big twin reverb amp in the cab with him. I'm sure that's probably what happened to the case.
These guitars oftentimes are 50, 60 years old, and I'm playing it and I know that this is gonna outlive me. It's like something that fully encompasses American craftsmanship. In some sense, it's like American folk art. Nobody's on commission, there's no hassle like that. We really want people to get something that they're gonna be stoked on. We're gonna be doing this the rest of our lives, so we vouch for these guitars, we want people to be happy, we wanna win their business.
Oh my God. Ah! Oh, I didn't even think it was gonna be like I can't believe this is number one.
So whether the guitar is $50 or $500,000, you know, it's we just want to show you guys things that we find are interesting in this world. Some of the more rare obscurities that you might not see in your regular guitar channel. I trust you with guitars, with tacos, with my life, and with great beer. Love you, man. Yeah, appreciate it. So join us on our adventures and please get a hold of us. You got a cool story, reach out to us and we'll see you out there.